Imagine a world where nobody uses the phrase, I am. Strike it from the vocabulary. No longer do people say, I am blank. How would we respond to really simple questions like, what do you do for a living? Because a common answer is, I am a consultant, I am a teacher, I am a politician. And somebody, if they ask me, Adam, what do you do? And I say, oh, I am a consultant, I haven't even really answered the question, because they've said, what do you do? If I would have said, I consult for healthcare organizations, or I operate a mental health support startup, totally different than saying, I identify with people who are consultants. Why don't you apply your definition of what a consultant is to me? Because I fit within that social construct. I am a consultant. I mean, maybe it matters. Another area where this can be sort of challenging is when dealing with emotions. So if somebody asks you, how are you feeling? And I say, I am okay. I am fine. I am good. To me, that's kind of a statement that like all of the entirety of Adam is encompassed in that I'm okay, And what happens when we're not, though? Because there's so much change in life. When we describe ourselves with words that to me imply permanence, like I am, can make us perhaps a little bit more resistant to change, a little bit more rigid, maybe even more walled off. And I started thinking about this critically because when I was in my early 20s, I was feeling down. I was feeling depressed. I was feeling confused. But whenever somebody said to me, hey, Adam, how are you doing? I said, I'm fine. I am okay. I'm good. And every single time I did that, it was kind of like laying a brick around myself as I walled myself within this construct of what it meant to be somebody who was okay. Because really, I wasn't feeling okay, but I wanted people to think of me as somebody who was okay, just like I wanted people to think of me as somebody who was a consultant. So every day, I kept on telling people that, oh, I am okay, even though I was feeling differently. And this disconnect inside me grew over time. And after a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year of really not feeling good about what's going on, but telling everybody that everything is, I am okay. My mind I was in a lot of pain. And my mind started to say, well, have you thought about suicide? Have you thought about killing yourself? Because that would be a solution to your problem. Because you have this gap, this disconnect in yourself. And we want to stop that. So, boom, that's an impulse. And it's a really scary place to be. And 19% of Minnesota high schoolers have seriously considered suicide, according to a 2015 poll. And so, now the severity of kind of my identity being built up around being okay is inhibiting me from the freedom and the flexibility that I was looking for to express myself. Similarly to, I think, the way we use some identities in our lives to build walls around each other. We look to empowering language like, I think, I act, I vote, I do this, as opposed to getting our identities involved in who we are, because really our identities are just these sort of globs of things that make up this entire amalgamation of who we are. It's just a shortcut to say I am a consultant or whatever it may be. And yeah, it might be a good shortcut that we have at the moment, but really, what would it be like if we tried to use language that was more representative of the authorship and the ownership of ourselves in the moment, of our ability to move freely through the constant change of life, in the way that we think about ourselves, because the way that we think about ourselves becomes our thoughts, our words, and our actions. And I imagine a world in which we use more empowering language, because how ever in the world would there be one word that could truly describe all that encompasses the way you are or who I am? Thank you.